Hello, Flosstube. I'm Heather. Link is my homeboy. Today is Wednesday, September 13th, 2023, and this is another update. I actually managed to get an update in 2 weeks. Yay! We'll see if this is really enough for me to do an update every 2 weeks. I don't really have a lot to talk about. I mean, I have a little bit of everything. I have whips and FFOs and FOs and plans and new starts, but it hasn't been an awful lot of stitching, honestly. So we'll see if 2 weeks is good or if we need to stretch it out a little bit longer. So life updates, I don't have any. Nothing exciting has happened in the past 2 weeks. So yeah. So I guess let's just get into the stitching. So, like I said, I have FFOs. I know, it's shocking, right? I have 4 of them. I would have had more, but my glue gun broke in the middle of it, and I haven't been able to purchase a new one yet. I do have all the stuff like cut out and ready to do the FFOs once I get a glue gun, which should be Friday when I go shopping. So we'll see. But I am fully prepared to get some other stuff finished off so that I can start displaying some of my stitching. So anyway, let's get to the ones that I did get finished. So first up, we have, this is a Quirky Quaker from Darling and Whimsy Designs. This is the Hedgehog. It was done on some sort of mystery purple even weave, might be Jobelan, might be Lugana, I don't know. And all I did was cut out a round piece of it's comic book board, and then just attached it on there, and I did a running stitch around and then just glued it to this apple-shaped wood block thing that I got. I don't know if it was Target or Walmart or Dollar Tree. There's no sticker or anything on it. But yeah, so I just glued it on there. I made a little bow with some baker's twine in purple and orange for this one. I put a button on the back here. Now it is sturdy enough and thick enough that it can stand up on its own, which is how I plan to display it. But if I wanted to later add like a string or something to hang it, then I figured putting this button back here was a really easy way to just add a string to it. So, and then I also did the same thing with the Quirky Quaker Fox. And this is on, I think this was some sort of grab bag something from Color and Cotton. And same thing, it's a pumpkin blank, and I did some baker's twine in yellow and blue there. And did the button again so that way I can hang it up. I also have an acorn like this, and I'm going to put the Quirky Quaker squirrel on that one. I haven't stitched that one yet, so but I do have the FFO in mind at least. Next up, we have this. This is Moon Over Blackbird from Lizzie Kate. It's a freebie on her website. I think it was originally for an Acorn and Threads gathering. And I have mounted it on this little like palette thing that I got from the Dollar Tree. Don't sleep on the Dollar Tree's craft section. Especially now that they have upped their prices to $1.25. And they have their like Dollar Tree Plus and stuff like that. They've actually got a lot of cool stuff in the craft section. So yeah, I just added some twine here as the hanger. Put these little fake leaves in here, which I believe were also from the Dollar Tree at one point. Again, I just mounted this on some cardstock, and I didn't have any batting. So for these, basically what I did, I took some polyfill and glued it to the cardstock and then kind of shaped it how I wanted it. Like kind of cut it and shaped it how I wanted it. And I feel like it works just as well. I was trying to work from stash as much as possible. So I think for this one, I am going to put some cording on here. I just haven't decided what colors, and I didn't feel like making cording the other day. So when I get around to that, I will re-show that FFO. And last but certainly not least, we have this red Rowan Cupcake from LoLaLotta. It doesn't appear to be available anymore, so I can't link you to the pattern, sorry. And this sign, pretty sure it came from Target, but it says autumn leaves and pumpkins, please. The other side said pumpkin pie baked fresh daily, but what I did was took this ribbon and attached it in between the backing fabric and the stitched piece, and then just hot glued it on the back of here. And I am going to get like some felt or something to put on the back here to cover all this up and make it look nicer. And I might change out the hanger on here. I just haven't quite decided if I'm going to. But so these are all ready to be displayed, at least, though. So now that I've shown them, I can get them up on my walls and displayed. So that's it for the FFOs. Like I said, I would have had more. However, glue gun. On to finishes. So I have a start and a finish, and I have a finish that I can't show you because they are gifts, and someone, you know, the person who they're going to will know they're for them, and they watch my channel. So, but I have pictures, of course, and I will show once they've been received, which is going to be a couple months because I'm just sending a mass package in like November. But I do have a couple of finishes I can show. So, I have been model stitching the moons from Top Knot Stitcher, Abby, and I want to say I didn't do the first 4, but I did the middle 4, and then I have the last 4 in my possession. Sorry, Abby, if you're watching this. I am almost done with December, and you'll have them in your hot little hands. But I finally finished November, which is a beaver moon. And this is done on a 20 count Aida. It's like blue with silver like accents on it. And it's 2/1 with called for DMC. So he's done. She only had me do the centerpiece because I'll put the picture here. So there's all the moon phases and the name of the month on there, but she just wanted just the center motif as the model. So that's what I'm doing. And then a personal finish here. Mistletoe Loitering Society from Lindy Stitches. Don't mind the poor print quality. This was printed when I had a really bad printer. And it's all done. And I know that this is empty. I chose not to fill it in because I wanted the green color to show through. Let me see. That's a more accurate picture of the fabric. It's like a very light kind of aqua green color, mint green. This is a 32 count Lugana from Mystic Fabrics. I think I got it in one of her fabric games, so I don't think it has a name. It's pretty close to Mint Julep though. And I did like a few of the called for colors like black and white, but the rest of them were stash die fancies. And I did some etoile in the bottom border, his hat band, and the heart motif here. And then the rest was just like stash die fancies. So various brands. I would like to turn this into a little, either a wall hanging or a pillow. Obviously pillows are kind of out of my wheelhouse at the moment because I do not have a sewing machine. I would have to go to a friend's house that has one or send them off or something like that. But that's neither here nor there. New starts. I have 3 of them. So, of course, as soon as I finished the November moon, I started the December moon. And I've been kind of going ham on this because I feel guilty that I've had them for so long and I need to get them done. Now, I blame part of this on Abby because she didn't give me a deadline. She said kind of whenever. So that's partially her fault, I think. No, it's just me. I'm just garbage. But, and this is the cold winter moon, I think is what it's called. I'll put the picture of what it's going to look like here. And so yeah, I'm hoping to have this finished by the end of the week. Realistically, I would have had it finished yesterday, but somehow a wrong color got on my bobbin of white and it was not, so there's like a bunch of white that I had in down here and I had a lot of swirls done over here. I had to pull them all out because stitching them in my house, it didn't look different at all. And then I took it with me to sit in the car rider line and I could tell with the sunlight that they were different. I was like, oh, shit. Okay. So I had to frog all that out and put it back in with the correct color. So, but I am hoping to have this done by the end of the week so I can get them out of my house. I also, I jumped on this a little bit late, but there's a hashtag, Stitchy for Witchy, I think, for Witchy Stitcher as like a solidarity thing. So I have had this in my stash for a little while. I think this was a freebie, maybe. And it was, obviously it's referencing the COVID-19 because it's got the little molecule in 2022. I'm going to leave those off. But it says this is boo sheet, which, you know, if you didn't know, Witchy Stitcher has cancer and cancer is boo sheet. So I have a good bit of the ghosty done. And I'm doing the ghost in glow in the dark because it's a ghost and all ghosts need to be glow in the dark in my opinion. And I'm doing called for DMC for the rest of it. So, and this is on a piece of, I want to say it's 16 count mystery Ada in my stash. I don't know where it came from. I don't know if it's a certain brand or anything, but that's pretty true to the color. But I think he'll probably be done the next time you guys see me because there's not too much of him left. So, and my final new start here is a new Mill Hill kit. This is my car project for the line. I didn't remember ABC once, and a friend sent this to me because in my mind, I can't just leave a whip with fabric in my car for some reason. But I can leave a Mill Hill kit in the car. My brain is not a friend. So, but I got a little start on that yesterday and I'll add some more stitches today during the wait for car rider pickup. So, whips. I think the only whips I worked on, I finished. I haven't worked on anything else other than the things I finished and started, and that's it. But I do have plans for you. So last time I said that I would probably have a new start because I'm doing a piece for my nephew for Christmas, and I didn't get that started. However, I'm getting it out and I'm going to show it to you so that I have some accountability to actually get it started. So he absolutely loves Lego and especially the minifigs and especially even more the food minifigs. I'm pretty sure Banana Man is his favorite. Now I did start this once and I made some sort of mistake with my fabric to where I wasn't even going to be able to fit 2 of these guys on there. I don't know what happened. I think I cut the piece and grabbed the wrong one when I started. So, but I'm going to finish, like, I'll finish that one and give it to my son or my daughter, or, you know, because I had a good portion of Banana Man done before I realized what was going on. So, and these notes here, because I'm gonna squish them in a little bit more so that they will fit in a standard size frame. And they're pretty nicely detailed. The faces have lots of fractionals in them. So I am going to be doing this on some white, I think this is 28 count Lugana. So, but I've got it all ready to go. I just need to actually get it started. So accountability. I better have some work on this by the time I record next. So you guys are going to help me with that. And I also got a lovely little package yesterday from Deanna of Darling and Whimsy Designs. I have 4 Quirky Quakers in here to stitch. So, more models, which is why I really need to get Abby's done so that I can get these done and back to Deanna so that she can get them FFO'd and pictured and all that. So next time I will have at least 1 start that I can show and probably starts I can't show. Other than that, I don't really have any plans for my stitching because this year I really am just going with kind of what I feel like stitching on, with the exception of models. You can always check out my Instagram if you want real-time updates for finishes and things like that. I don't post on there nearly as much as I used to. I used to make sure to post every day. I typically post if I have a new start, if I have a finish, if I have some real progress on something, or if I pull something out that I haven't worked on in a while. Any links to patterns should be in description below unless I can't find a link or it doesn't exist or whatever. I will be back in a couple weeks with another update and hopefully a lot more stitching for you. So I hope you're all doing well. Bye.